Hello students, here it is new chapter as logic families. What is a logic family? What are the different types of logic family? How do they work? So all these points we are going to discuss. But first let's start as the meaning of logic family and how ICs can be classified. But before that, we have to remember few IC numbers like IC 7400, which is going to perform NAND operation. 7410, again the NAND operation. So like this IC 7404, this is inverter, that is not IC. So how internally circuit is designed and that circuit is converted into IC form. What are the different parameters of this digital IC? In this way, we are going to study this chapter. So first, let's start with the meaning of logic family. What is a logic family? Family means many members, correct? So whenever a group of digital compatible devices, it is considered with same logic levels and same supply voltages, then that is considered as logic family. Again, the last and most important condition is all those circuits, they have to perform various logic functions. Means NOT circuit, NAND circuit, NOR, AND, OR, all these operative circuits, they can be member of this particular logic family. So what is a logic family? Here it is. A group of compatible devices. So what is the meaning of compatibility? Compatibility means when output of circuit 1 fulfills the requirement of circuit 2, then this is known as compatibility. Means the requirement of circuit 2 it is fulfilled by the output of circuit 1. Then both the circuits are said to be compatible with each other. For example, the circuit 2 needs 12 milliampere as the input current and circuit 1 is generating 16 milliampere. So this current can fulfill the requirement of circuit 2. But if this circuit is generating 6 milliampere and circuit 2 needs 12 milliampere, then there is mismatch. So this circuit is not fulfilling the current requirement of circuit 2. So in that case, it is said to be incompatible. Okay. So circuit 1, normally we call it as driver circuit or source circuit. Whereas circuit 2, it is labeled to be a load circuit. So what is the meaning of compatibility? When output of circuit 1 fulfills the requirement of circuit 2, then that property is known as compatibility. So here a group of compatible devices which work with same logic levels. Already we have discussed it in the chapter logic gates, where there are two types of logic systems, positive logic and negative logic. So what is the meaning of positive logic? Here it shows digit 0, it is used to indicate low voltage, and digit 1 is used to indicate high voltage. But in case of negative logic, exactly opposite presentation is used. It shows as 0 is used to indicate high voltage from given two voltage levels, or more positive voltage is represented by digit 0, and digit 1, it is used to show low voltage, that is more negative voltage or lower voltage from given two voltage levels. So negative logic and positive logic. For example, there are two voltage levels mentioned as 5 volt and 0 volt. Okay, so in case of positive logic, here 0 will show 0 volt and digit will show 5 volt. In case of negative logic, here 0 will show 5 volt and 1 will show 0 volt, exactly opposite. So whenever we say a circuit that uses positive logic is to be given its output to the circuit where it uses negative logic, and positive logic, that is the source circuit that is using. It means when we say output of source circuit is at logic 0, means it is showing low voltage. But when we say load circuit needs logic 0 input. It means it needs high voltage, exactly opposite conditions. So this is the mismatch. So what is expected when we combine many circuits as a group members? Whenever all these circuits, they have to be part of a group, part of a family, then all those circuits, they must have same logic levels. Means all circuits should work with either positive logic or with negative logic. That is the concept. As well as same supply voltage, means a circuit is working with plus 5 volt and another load circuit is working with plus 12 volt. That is also mismatch, because according to the energy source, internal current, voltage, parameters, they differ. So what is the condition? All the circuits, they must have same logic level, either positive or negative, and the supply voltages must be of same level type. Plus 5 volt, that has to be used for all the circuits, or plus 9 volt, it is to be used for all the circuits. So same supply voltage is also required, and they have to perform various logic functions. So what are logic functions? Logic functions means different logic operations like OR gate, AND gate, NOT, that is inversion, unary operand, or NAND, NOR, XOR, like this. So these logic functions means the circuits which perform logic functions, they can be a group of logic family. Yes. So what is a logic family? It is a group of compatible devices which work with same logic levels, same supply voltages, and can perform different logic functions. It is known as a logic family. So it is basically a group of different logic circuits. Then the same circuit, it can be converted into IC form, that is integrated circuit, a very small silicon chip on which many components can be put together to perform a particular logic function. So that miniature format of semiconductor circuit is known as integrated circuit, IC. So it decides how many number of components or number of gates can be put on that small area. It makes a particular classification, and that classification, here it is known as classification of ICs, that is integrated circuit. How many number of gates are used in the constructional part of that IC? It decides a particular scale. Means the first example, small scale integration. Scale is small. Okay, small scale integration. Here it shows maximum number of gates can be used as 11, means less than 12. So here it is, IC number 7404. Here it shows it contains internally 6 gates. So here it is known as hex inverter. Means it contains 6 NOT gates. That is IC 7404. So its scale can be considered as small scale integration IC, SSI IC. Similarly, here MSI, it stands for medium scale. It means number of gates can be more than 12 but less than 100. That is 12 to 99. If number of gates used on that IC, they are 52, then that shows medium scale integration. Next one is the large scale. Large means more than 100 but less than 1000. 100 to 999 number of gates are used, then that shows LSI type IC, large scale integration. Next, more than 1000 but less than 10,000 means 1000 to 9999, it shows VLSI technology, that is very large scale integration. So VLSI technique includes number of gates as 1000 to 9999. In case of microprocessors, microprocessors, they include this technique which is known as very large scale integration. And the latest technique is ULSI, that is ultra large scale integration. Here it includes more than 10,000. 10,000 or more than 10,000 gates are used in that IC platform, then it is nothing but ultra large scale integration. So in this way, this chapter is going to introduce what is a logic family, how circuits are used for different logic functions, how they can be converted into IC form, and dependent on number of gates used, how ICs can be classified So this is the first introduction part. Here it shows SSI, small scale integration IC, means it includes 1 to maximum 11 number of gates. 12 to 99 gates are there, then it is the medium scale integration. For large scale integration, more than 100 and less than 1000 number of gates can be used. If number of gates are more than 1000 but less than 10,000, it shows very large scale integration technique, and ultra large scale integration shows this scale includes number of gates to be used in that constructional part as either 10,000 or more than 10,000. So in this way, let's start studying different logic families. So what are the different logic families available? Basically, there are two types of logic families. First one as unipolar and the second one as bipolar. So basic two types. First one unipolar and another one as bipolar logic family. As we know, unipolar transistor, bipolar transistor means in case of bipolar, both types of charge carriers, holes and free electrons, both types of charge carriers participate for current conduction. That is the basic theory of semiconductor. As well as unipolar means either holes or electrons. So here both types of charge carriers, holes and free electrons participate for current conduction. Only either holes or electrons participate for current conduction. That is the unipolar type logic family. So here in case of unipolar logic family, there are three types. As unipolar transistors, they are known as FETs, field effect transistors, because applied input voltage controls the output current, and FETs are known for their transconductance property. That is the mutual conductance. You might have studied it as the study of transistor part. So here unipolar transistor, here FETs, again they are divided as junction field effect transistors and MOSFETs. Here enhancement type MOSFETs are used, and there are PMOS circuits, means dependent on P channel MOSFETs, but now they have been outdated because they are the slowest one, because internally holes, they have to be combined with free electrons, then they become valence electrons, and then they can be attracted towards positive battery terminal of the supply. So in this way, this working of PMOS, it shows slower working, so now it has been outdated. Next type of MOSFET, it is the NMOS. That shows only free electrons, they can be used for current conduction. So N type MOSFET, it is popularly used in computer memories or microprocessor ICs. So they show they are the fastest one than the PMOS. And the third is the combination of both, that is known as CMOS technique, which shows complementary MOSFET. Means both work in opposite way, complementary, opposite. So complementary MOSFET circuits, they are most popularly used for the logic function part as CMOS NOT, CMOS NOR, CMOS NAND circuits we have to study in this chapter. So unipolar transistors, they can be used for the constructional part of particular logic circuit. That shows unipolar logic family. So PMOS, now they are obsolete, outdated because of their slow working. NMOS, they are the fastest one. They are used for the design part of computer memory or microprocessor ICs, as they are fastest. NMOS. CMOS, combination of both, that is complementary MOSFET, which is nowadays used for the NOT logic operation, NAND, NOR, such logic operations. So that is nothing but the CMOS as complementary MOSFET from unipolar logic family we have to study in this chapter. Next, bipolar logic family. There are again two types. First one as saturated logic family, saturated bipolar logic family, and here it is non-saturated bipolar logic family. So what is the meaning of saturated and non-saturated? As we know, NPN or PNP, bipolar junction transistor, it can be operated in three ways. Either cutoff, saturation for switching action, and in the active region for amplification. As it is going to perform digital action, NOR, NOT, input will be either logic 0 or 1, output will be either logic 0 or 1 dependent on the logic function, whether it is performing NOR operation, NAND operation, NOT operation, correct. So digital circuit, they use transistor action as a switching action. So transistor can be operated either in saturation mode or in cutoff mode. So what happens in saturation mode? Here IC reaches, collector current reaches to maximum level, peak level, saturation level. So when transistor gets turned off from on state, that is from on state, it needs certain amount of time to make the off condition, that is to reduce the current level to a particular level so that it can be considered as the transistor's off action, cutoff action. So from collector region to remove charge carriers, it needs certain amount of time. It may not be in minutes or seconds. It may be a few nanoseconds, but still it is required part to make the transistor off from on state. Therefore, here speed affects. So to improve the speed performance, instead of operating transistor in saturated mode, if it is not allowed to enter into it is not allowed to enter in saturation, that is the non-saturated type of bipolar logic family. So here speed will be better. So what are the saturated bipolar logic families? First one, RTL, resistor transistor logic. Second one as DCTL, direct coupled transistor logic. Third one as I square L, integration injection logic. Fourth one as HTL, high threshold logic. Fifth one as the DTL, diode transistor logic. And sixth one is the TTL, transistor logic. So there are 6 types of logic families or 6 groups in saturated bipolar logic family type. They are, first one, resistor transistor logic. DCTL, direct coupled transistor logic. Third one, integration injection logic. It is termed as I square L. Fourth one as high threshold logic. Fifth one, diode transistor logic. And sixth one as transistor logic. So in this particular syllabus, we have to study details of transistor logic. So in transistor logic, transistor is allowed to enter into saturation. So transistor is to be used as a switch either in saturation or as cutoff acting switch. Now, what are the non-saturated logic families? So first one, use of Schottky TTL. Means Schottky diode, it can be used along with a transistor. It shows Schottky TTL non-saturated bipolar logic family. And second one, emitter coupled logic. So in this way, in this chapter, we have to study 2 types of logic families, transistor logic, and from unipolar as complementary MOSFET for different logic functions. And from non-saturated, in this syllabus, no particular circuit is to be studied, but the meaning is Schottky diode, it will make current to be divided in between base and collector. So initial IB, here it gets divided as the Schottky diode current, and then here it can be collected when the current comes out of collector. So collector current will not reach to maximum level. So initially it gets bypassed. So in this way, this Schottky diode, if it is used along with the transistor, then this logic family is known as Schottky TTL. And in case of emitter coupled logic, it also doesn't allow transistor to enter into saturation region. So in this way, we are going to study different types of logic families, but basically we should know what are the different parameters they have to be compared when we are comparing two ICs or two different logic circuits. So which specifications are important in case of a digital IC, that we have to discuss about. So first, about the characteristics or specifications of digital IC, that is our next discussion point. Here is the list of specifications of digital ICs. The first parameter is speed of operation, which is also known as propagation delay time. It means its response time, the time required to change outputs after inputs have changed, that is labeled as TP. Next, power dissipation, that is how much maximum current capacity that particular IC has, that is power dissipation. Next, fan out, how many number of similar circuits can be reliably driven by that digital IC, that is fan out. And the product of power dissipation and speed of operation, it is known as figure of merit. Normally merit in academic part, which shows higher the merit, that is the quality is dependent on the part that we call as final marks. So higher the percentage, better the performance. But here lower is the product of these two that shows best performance of the circuit. Why? That is to be detailed in detailed discussion in next session. Next, operating temperature. What is the range of temperature of that particular IC performance? Means for normal circuits, what is the lowest to highest temperature range, and for military purpose, extreme climate conditions, lowest to highest temperature range varies. So that is to be known as operating temperature. Next, power supply requirements. As we discussed, the power supply for all the circuits, it should be of same level type. Means how much is the supply voltage essential. If it needs plus 5 volt and you are supplying plus 9 volt as supply, it will change all the parameters. So we must know what are the power supply requirements. So according to given power supply, what are the low level input current, low level output current, low level input voltage, low level output voltage, similarly high level input output currents, input output voltage levels, supply current, in case of low voltage, high voltage. So all these current and voltage parameters, total 10 parameters have to be discussed. इथं किती parameters check करायचे आपल्याला 10 current and voltage parameters. Next, noise immunity, ability to withstand against noise signals, that is known as noise immunity. Then flexibility is available. So even though all these parameters they can be compared, but still the IC manufacturer, what other facilities offer for that particular digital IC. So popularity of that series. So it is most popularly used, means for maintenance, repairing these components, they are available. So this point is important. Next, wired logic capability, whether it is done using that digital IC or not. Types of outputs. What are the types of outputs? In this discussion, we will come to know what are the totem pole output, next open collector and tri-state logic. So which type of output that is available? So types of outputs, and last one, availability of complementary outputs. Normal output is available, but when its complementary output is essential, we have to again arrange another NOT gate. So whether that digital IC permits complementary output facility or not. So in this way, when we have two different manufacturer for digital ICs for the same logic operation, we can compare dependent on these parameters. So these points we are going to discuss one by one in detail from our next session part.